Shut up. Didn't I say shut up? Bet that rooster will think twice before crowing tomorrow morning. Coffee's ready, guys. Let's start the show. Good morning, everybody. Would somebody turn the oven off? Damn, it's hot. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Holy mackerel, summer has arrived, and summer is a bitch. I'm telling you. Let the fun begin. How's everybody today? Let's see who's come up and play. Hello, Pomp. Ooh, he was first. He gets the cookie. All right. Hi, Pam. How are you? Good morning, Sage. And let's see, Girly. Good morning, Girly. How are you? It's hot here. It's hot. Cree, how are you doing, darling? How are you holding up? I hope you are taking time for yourself. Susan, being a lurky turkey. Oh, you got to work, right? That work excuse. Good morning, Susan. And hello and good morning to all the lurkers. So how is everybody today? I hope everybody's good and ready to face another week of work and sun and fun and whatever. I think we just have to take it moment by moment and see what happens, right? I pretty much have not been going out during the day because it's just too blooming hot. I mean, my God. And then when it starts to calm down at night, the sun starts to set. That's when I go outside and do the stuff I got to get done. I was out till after 9 last night, listening to everybody's shows while I was out there digging dirt. Digging in the dirt last night. Fun. And then when the mosquitoes started coming out and chomping on me, that's when I took off and went back in the house. I have to retreat when the mosquitoes come out. They love me for some reason. Good God, do they love me? I got bites all over. So hopefully tonight we will get the pool in because it's going to be 90 plus for the rest of the week. It's going to be miserable, just miserable. So I've got to get it done. I have no choice. I'm okay. The transplant people finished up and they're sending him to the funeral home. So I should have him home. Soon should have him. Okay. Wonderful. It's a wonderful gift. Buried bodies. Digging up rocks and tree roots and leveling ground. And it's, I'm telling you, I'm too old for this shit. Too old. But it'll be well worth it because the pool is like therapy for me. The cold water helps with the fibro and on the summer days. So I have no choice. I've got to get it done. So my husband and I are out there at night, doing our ghoulish stuff and digging in the dirt. So actually today should be where I could level it off and get it assembled and then there's electrical work we have to do too, but that'll come later. It's been cloudy, cool here. We built a chill chaser fire this morning. Now, see, we had all the cool weather last week, and I was loving it. But yeah, that's it. It's done now. We're going into July. July and August here are the hottest months. So, and they say it's going to be brutal. We've even had the governor give us warnings, heat advisory warnings. So, yeah, not looking forward to it. So I got to just get my ass in gear and definitely make a difference tonight at least get it assembled. Because this is the first time I've ever done one of these pools where they say it's the frame one with the liner. So there's no double ring, no wall to put up. We've done those for years. But yeah, I don't have the energy or the strength to put up a pool like that anymore. So this one should take about 45 minutes once we get the ground level. But the point is getting the ground level. We have half of the battle won because we have paving stones because it was where I put the fire pit after the old pool. We had to take the old pool down. So I put in paving bricks, and that's where our fire pit was, and chairs and stuff. And so we removed all of that and kept the paving bricks. So that is flat. So at least we have a flat center surface to work with. It's the outer perimeter that we have to level off, and it shouldn't be too much more of a pain in the ass. And then just, get it together, and then we should be good to go. And then, of course, clean up the rest of the yard because it's a big hot mess again because of the pool thing. Got stuff all over the place. Today's going to be a hot one. It's only 9, and it's already 74. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even look, Cree. I'm afraid to look to see what the hell it is now. Because, yeah, it's only 9. Thank God at night it's cool. That's the blessing, to be honest. Yep. Same here. It's 72. And it's going to be a hot one. 90 today. 90 all week. So yeah, I've got no choice. I've got to get it done. I won't be able to survive. You can't do anything. And Christ's sake, everything is swelling up and it hurts really bad. And so, pull out the violin. Good morning, Pinky. How are you? Great first stream, Pinky. Everybody applaud Pinky. You did a great job. See, I told you, piece of cake. So just keep going. Once you get that first one in, that's it. You broke the cherry. Now you're ready to rock and roll. So it was an interesting day yesterday as far as live streams went. I really enjoyed the stream with Wes and Lisa. It was really good. If I had the time, I would have continued it, but they were hot. It was getting hot in here, and it was getting late for them. Because, I don't normally do interviews on Wednesdays. So I try to be really flexible with my UK gang because, it's late for them. So, who the hell wants to stay up that late? But wonderful information. I think they're truly an inspiration to everybody in the paranormal field, stepping outside the norm. Even though some people might not think that what they're doing is any kind of benefit, because there are people out there, what's that going to prove? That, okay, environmental changes. But that's part of what goes on during paranormal investigations or paranormal experiences. The environment changes. So we have to document that. So I think it's amazing. And I want, I would love it. And of course, I think all you guys would love it too, is if more teams would start taking this more scientific approach. Good morning, Janice. How are you? Let's see. Girly says it's already 73 and Callie. But yeah, isn't it just Callie's always 73? Don't you guys always have perfect weather? But yeah, 6 a.m. But here at the East Bay, it's just 57. So it's going to creep up slowly. Well, you're closer to the water, aren't you? Girly? Miss Janice, good morning. Good morning. Yes, you did good. We're looking good. Sounded good. Oh, thank you, Pam. I hope you guys really got a lot out of it. Good morning. Wait for me. Don't pass me by. I'm here. I thought I was done with everything here. No. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you. So yeah, I hope everybody got something from it. I mean, that's the most important thing. I think every little bit helps. It's really one person that discovers new things, but when one starts, others join in and more is found. Exactly, Crease. So that's the thing. I mean, I know there's a lot of groups out there that do more of a scientific approach, but we don't see it. It's YouTube. You don't see it. They're not going to show all of that. But I like it that they are showing it. They're putting it out there. So people are thinking, oh, yeah, I need to try doing that. I've always said that people needed to measure the environment as well than using all the other little gadgets that people, because I know a lot of people have big issues with the gadgets. I get that. But that's part of the experiment. I'm just rewatching Mason's video, reacting to Joe's video, reacting to Mason's video. Yeah. I love Mason. He's great. But I find it to be a little controversial that he's always saying that what we're doing is wrong. Is pretty much the bottom line, is what he's saying. Why do it? It's wrong. How can you prove what everybody's doing is wrong? You can't. I mean, not for nothing. It's paranormal. Anybody mentions you do paranormal, they're thinking, oh, what are you, crazy? None of that stuff exists. Why are you bothering? But we all do it because we've all experienced something like that. So it's the search of the unknown. So there is no right or wrong per se, because you're not going to know until you run the experiment. You run the test. And just because you do it once at a location doesn't mean, okay, well, we've gotten our results. That's it. There's nothing here. No, because every time you go somewhere doesn't mean that you're going to have an event. You got to keep going back. Give yourself a timeline. But just because it doesn't happen for you doesn't mean it's not going to happen for somebody else. I mean, see, that's the mystery. Why is it attracted to some and not others? We still don't know that either. Yes, I know. I just inserted my coffee too. Please. Intravenous bag. APR, great. The book they suggested is available on Amazon and Kindle. Yes, go check it out. It gives you, I mean, I didn't know the book was there, to be honest. So I found out through them as well. It gives you a guideline to follow. And most of us have already had this guideline in place where you have to measure and observe everything that is involved with the location. And that doesn't mean you use the REM pods and all of that. And, and everybody knocks the EMF. I mean, the EMF I use, it's just not, I'm not using it for communication. I'm using it to check the EMF levels around the building. Oh my goodness. Julie turned green. Good morning. I like to do it multiple times at multiple places. That's right. Excuse me. She got me laughing. Now I'm choking. Julie's as green as a troll. It's hard live stream to moderate. It was a hard live stream to moderate. Oh, you're talking about which one? Mine or Mason? I don't know. Do you mod for Mason? I don't know. It's yes, exactly, Laura, exactly. Mason seems to want to write the rules. He was going to talk to Joe privately. The last I saw, I think they did. It's just that I understand what he's coming from. It's the scientific thought mindset, and it's good. I'm not saying it's not good, but he's not leaving a door open for what if. I mean, that's how he's coming across. So he's everything is just that you tested it don't work, shut it down. Unfortunately, you just can't do that, because just because it didn't happen at that time or place doesn't mean that if you go back 2-3 months later try it again, and then something shows up. See, that's the mystery. Why does it do that? I've had that happen. I watched 2 new paranormal channels this weekend. One had 268 subs, the other 68. Both were relating Zach Bagans. Oh God. See, that's why I understand. That's why they do what they do. They're trying to put a stop to the people like the Zach Bagans. Those people are in it for money. You know, it's showbiz. It's a paycheck for them. I get it. It's a business. Here, YouTube. Even though I love all you guys, I love doing the chat and the snap, but the bottom line is this is a business. But I'm not going to go to the extent of faking information. My business is to get truth and education out there and have a good time while we're doing it. Maybe that's why I'm not one of those big woo channels. You know, someday that would be great. But it's important to me to put people on like Wes and Lisa to get this stuff out. Have Joe out there. Like the equipment comment that they made was about, oh, well, why do you use all that equipment? Because you know it's all crap. Well, no, there's more equipment than just REM pods and EMF detectors and those music box things. You know, or even if you're using the apps, you know, you've got cameras, sound equipment, other meters that, you know, for the environment. And so there's a lot. And I think he just didn't realize how he was saying it. He just was coming across. I don't even want to say wrong. It just wasn't coming across right. My dad has cancer and it's supposed to smoke. So we gave him some nicotine gum. He was spark plugged in and we found out that he's also seeking cigarettes. Oh my God, no. You can't. Oh my goodness. Smoking and patches. Oh God. Talk about getting sick. I did. Was usually zoned out sleeping, watching ghost shows on Travel Channel, but yesterday he was all pepped, even played guitar. Oh, hey, nice. It was a good day for him. It's good. The murder house, the twin spot, ghost hunter did an investigation there years ago and found that there was one part of the house that an outside source brings in huge EMF. Yeah, see, that's what that's for. It's for checking for, live EMF. I mean, it's all around us. So that's why you got to check for it. So this way, when something else happens, then you could tick that box off. Oh, no, it's because of this or it's because of that. When I used to do, residentials and abandoned buildings like that, I would do the run through first and check all of this stuff. So then when you're doing an investigation, you can say, okay, well, no, that's not, in paranormal, it's because of this or because of that, or, you have to do that stuff. So the equipment does have a purpose. I've never used a REM pod. I've never used the music box. So I wouldn't know. But if I were able to get my hands on something like that, I mean, I can't afford to buy that stuff. And I don't want to put the effort into building my own. So if I was able to get something like that, I would test it out. I would try it. But then when the unit would go off, that's when I would stop and say, okay, pull out all the other meters, check to see what's going on in that space at that moment, document it, and then go on. And then check back later, see if it does it again, see if you come up with the same readings on all the other meters to see what's going on, what is triggering it. Seeing that you've gotten rid of all the obvious things that would have triggered it. There's got to be something else. So that's all part of the investigation. He said you can't use any equipment using EMF as a result. Yeah, see, I don't agree with that. But I mean, You've got to write down, you've got to catalog all that data. It's most of the time you say, okay, well, there's been no power to this building or whatever for 20 years. But they've put in new lines and stuff throughout the country. So you've got to figure out if you're picking up something from the outside or what have you. I mean, these are things that you just got to check. Let's see, a little behind here, a little behind. I feel he hasn't been around long enough to take into account people's personalities, integrities. Well, he takes everything very literal. He's chill, Mason, chill. But it's, and I love what he's doing. I do love what he's doing. But when it comes to his results, it's like, okay, we did this, it don't work, move on. Well, no, you can't do that. I mean, there's people in the scientific field who have studied things for generations and still haven't come up with a conclusion. Because science, there really is no conclusion as far as this field goes, because we don't know what we're testing. We don't know what causes. I mean, it's all a big unknown, and it's both sides. You know, the side from the investigator and the side from the scientific community is, and you just can't say, well, no, it doesn't exist. You can't. There's been too many documented cases of people who have had their own personal, I know it's personal experiences, but they count. You know, not everybody's crazy. So what is that? I wish everyone could agree there's no right way to speak paranormal. There's fakers. But if not being fake, then I don't know. So much controversy. Well, I mean, there's always going to be that controversy, always going to be that debate, because I think that a lot of them think that we're wasting our time. Well, you know, it's our time. We'll do what we want with it. Just like you're going to do what you want. But apparently they can't think that we're wasting too much time on the subject because they are going after it to disprove it. So there you go. That's time there spent on paranormal stuff. So it's just it's rough. It really is. Because controversy attracts clicks and views. Yeah, it does. I don't know. See, I don't know. I just don't have the strength to get in on it. I voice my opinion here and there, and that's it. But yeah, maybe if I stir the pot, I'd get more views. I don't know. You know how it works on here. And it is true. There is a big difference between YouTube paranormal and paranormal teams that are outside the YouTube world. There is a big difference. Yeah, Zach and the like are really misrepresenting the truth, seeking. Exactly, they are. I watched you tell Mason about an experience you had with the name being said, and he couldn't really explain it. Then more or less said coincidence, and no one can prove coincidence any more than spirits. Yeah, I don't think it was coincidence. Because that's the argument I make. Why is it that the way I did that experiment with that app, and like I said, I really don't believe stuff that comes out of the apps. I don't really use them. I don't. But that time I said, let's give it a try. And you know, I downloaded it on the way there, so there was no chance for anything to be contaminated. As far as me saying stuff in it registers on my phone, and they could use that or whatever. And they're saying, well, did you add that name to the database? I don't even know how to do that. So that kicks that out of the park. And then why is it that app, when it was turned on at that residence, nobody was there, just me. It says that one specific name. I shut it down, and then I question the resident. Who is this person? And that person was actually her brother that had just passed away. I didn't know any of this, and I didn't know his name. and I was sitting in his chair. So why did that app choose that time, that moment, that place to say that name? Come on, that's not coincidence. There's something there. Oh Laura, this weekend I ran EVP through a filter that removed some of the background noise, and I can post it back on your Discord. Oh, okay, great, Sage. So what did you think? What did well, don't spoil it. Yeah, no, just put it out there, see what everybody else says. Because I like it that way. That we put it out there and then everybody can determine what they hear. That's the fun of it. See, my big deal is, I mean, everybody would love to catch something on film. I mean, that's just, the be all end all. But the communication thing with me, that's my thing. I just want to be able to get something that is just right there, clear in your face. Hey, hello, it's me, and I want to talk to you. I mean, it just blows my mind. Because then it's possible that, okay, when we pass, we'll be able to communicate with our loved ones. Is it a possibility? A bit condescending. So see how you guys are all thinking, yeah, he was a bit condescending, a bit dismissive, anything he can't measure and test. Yeah, see, I'm finding it interesting. And why is Mason anti-Jason Hawes? Well, I mean, everybody has their own feelings about Jason Hawes. Jason Hawes is a businessman. And I know it's going to probably piss some people off, might piss some of you guys off. He's saying he got into this because of the plea of Andrea Perron. Okay, that might have been part of it. But it's a half-truth, guys. He's a businessman. And if he didn't think that he was going to make money off of this investment, he wouldn't have gotten involved. If he saves it and he ends up owning it and running it so people can experience that, wonderful. But bottom line is he's going to be making bank off of this. Because otherwise it's stupid to go through all of this money and harassment and time just because nobody does that. I don't care how generous you are. Nobody's going to put up with that. Let's see. That's what I like about taps. They say, well, the kids saw a lot. The person sitting there testing tons of insulated wires below where they sat. Yeah, see, you've got to check those things. API. I have a REM pod, but I only use it for a cat toy. Oh. I would screw around with it and do multiple testing on it just to see what happens. It's interesting. It's interesting. APRF, saying data logger is a great tool. It's also an expensive tool. It takes knowledge to decipher. Yeah, it is. Well, see, that's the thing. All of that stuff is expensive. So, hey, maybe someday, most of us on here will earn enough money to be able to afford those kind of things. But I mean, you could still catalog and register data through regular meters as well. It might not be as in depth as the stuff that they're using, but it's something. When I hear teams say if they ever get anything they can't explain, they aren't saying shit. There's a problem. They are afraid people will call them fake or accuse them of creating what happened. That is a big thing, Cree. It is. Mason has good intentions. Yes, he does. And he is passionate. Yes, we can't deny that. And like I said, we're not no way at all bashing what he's doing or I just think he comes across maybe, yes, a little condescending, a little dismissive. I don't know if he realizes it. And And I always tell everybody, you got to leave the door, the what if door open. You have to. Even in science, that door is open because we don't know. It takes years to discover things, sometimes lifetimes to discover stuff. So it's time. It's just time, and you can't just dismiss something just because one test tells you, oh, well, no, this said no, so now we move on. No. If that's the way they did everything in science, we wouldn't develop anything. There's going to be plenty of error before there's success. I loved Beardo's use of the motion sensor. He put them pointing at entrances, and then he knows if anyone flesh or bone may come in. Yes, it's a brilliant idea. Yep. I've seen other people do that. I brought up the thermal imaging tool when doing investigations. Immediately, they started going on about how they don't see ghosts. I wasn't talking about seeing ghosts. I was thinking of animals. Right. Exactly, because you're using that tool to eliminate the outside possibilities of other things. So no, I agree with that one. Because you don't know. You don't know what's going on, especially if it's an abandoned building. Good Lord, there's all kinds of critters in there. So you've got to find out where they're hiding out, what's going on before you can even start doing anything. Julie, I know. Oh, yeah. And I think he has a marvelous potential. I just hope he doesn't alienate too many. Well, see, that's the thing here. It's not, people shouldn't feel alienated. They really shouldn't, because that's the whole point of having shows like what Joe and them did. They're getting their point of view and stuff out. And then they got the other side of the coin. We should all be able to sit down and critique what we see, comment on stuff, give our opinions, but still be friends at the end of the day. People are supposed to be grown-ups, and grown-ups should be able to handle that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of them that can't. They feel like they're being personally attacked, and that's not what's going on. I do not mind saying what I think. I'm a bitch. Just put it out there, Julie. Hey, good morning, Carla. How are you? Don't ever be afraid to voice your opinion, guys. I mean, on anybody's show, you have a right to your opinion. It might not be popular, but it's just the way it is. You're not going to make everybody happy. Let me get caught up. I do not believe in apps. Yeah, I don't normally either, Julie, but that was the one time I said, it was new. Let me screw around with it and see what happens. And when it did that to me, I'm like, oh, crap. All right, maybe is there a possibility that at that one time, that one person chose to manipulate that application to say his name and let it be known that he was in the house? See, there's the what if. I get it. Apps, yeah, word banks, it's all entertainment. I get it. But that one episode is making me think, all right, maybe we need to leave the what if door open on that. I'm the opposite. I keep what I think to myself. Let's see. Exactly. The response to Joe's, he seemed to have just wanted to rant. Why put it as a live if you aren't going to interact with your audience? Yes, I would have liked it better if he was interacting with all of those guys, but maybe they weren't available. It would have made it a lot easier because, see, Joe was reacting and responding in the chat, but I think it would have been a lot better if they were all on the screen, so it would be a better discussion. And then Joe wouldn't have been misunderstood, and Mason would have been misunderstood if they were actually interacting with each other on the live show. Maybe they will do it. I don't know. They might do that. And why would you add a name? That was Rage Maker for me. Yeah, I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to do that. Add names and stuff to that stuff. I played with. Julie, I've played with a lot of them right here in my own house. I just think it's funny as hell. I was running a test a few weeks back. I think you guys remember playing the application, not interacting with it, just letting it run. And then I was documenting all of the words that were coming up. I wanted to know what the cycle was on, when it recycles itself, how long it takes for the same stuff to keep come over and over. To be honest with you, it didn't cycle that much. Just a couple words did. And then I found it to be interesting that the profanity that come out. I'm thinking, whoa, okay, so it's fun to play with. Same thing like when they had the SLS thing, that craze. I'm sorry, makes me laugh. I think it's hilarious. I mean, you guys have seen the show that Carla and I did, and we were making fun of that goofball in the SLS, and I almost pissed myself because it's just funny as hell. I used equipment to debunk my last investigation. Video comes out on Thursday. I know you're going to make us wait till Thursday, but yes, good for you, Carlos. See, so it does have its pluses. Important to educate people. Yes. It's too large for Discord. I will have to figure something else out. I will let you hear it and then let you know what I thought. Okay, Sage. Yeah, I went through that too. I forgot that I tried to put something on the Discord and it was too big. I forgot what I did. I think I shortened it. I think that's what I ended up doing, shortening it. I'm not a fan of Jason Hawes. See, a lot of people aren't. All I've ever said about Jason and Conjumus is that we need to see what he's going to do with it. If he gets it, we already know what Alton will do. Well, it's like I said, he's a businessman. He's going to run if he's allowed to, because I don't know if they're going to. I think there was issues where they made it where you couldn't make a haunted attraction. So I don't know if there's ways that they can change that or whatever. I would love to see it turned into, and I know you're not going to make big money off of this if you do this, but turn into a museum because it does have historical value. And I think that would be wonderful for it. But you're not going to make bank on a museum. Haunted location for investigations. Oh yeah. They got to recoup the loss from all of this craziness. True, but still getting knowledge out there is important. Yes, it is. Hello, Big Stu. How's Big Stu today? Hello, hello. I brought equipment to test and play with for myself, but I don't disbelieve something paranormal. Can't manipulate them either. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, with that app, because normally I'm like, oh, the app's that's all crap. But that one time, I just sat there thinking, oh shit. After the lady that owned the house filled me in on, it was her brother, and he just died. I mean, just died. And I was sitting in his chair, and I'm thinking, okay, so why would this app say that at that time and place? And I'm sorry, I don't go for coincidence because that's just way too out there. Come on. Of all the names that are in the word bank, that's the one it picks. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Something was going on the public ghost hunts I've tried to explain things, but I'm no part of a group, so apparently I do not know anything. Really? I've dabbled in the paranormal for 35 years. Yeah, so well, yeah, because you're not wearing a brand, Julie. Come up with your brand, wear it proud on your chest on a t-shirt. I mean, I know it's just ridiculous. It's just insane. I mean, I've been doing it as long as you have, and it wasn't always out there in the public. I was doing my own thing. So just because I didn't have a group and I don't have a branded logo, and a website doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm doing. As for using them, no, I didn't run my investigation off them. Oh yeah, no, like I'm saying, everybody does it. It's a filler. It's a video filler because we've always said it. We've said it how many times? Investigating the paranormal is boring. You got to be willing to sit there for hours in the dark if you're doing it at nighttime, because you can do it during the daytime too. The nighttime is just more effect. More things might show up because it's dark, but it's boring and people don't want to watch that. They want to see all of the lights and the bells and the whistles and the dudes, bro, run. That's what they're looking for, the entertainment factor. That scare factor where you're like, oh shit, you jump. I get it. We all do it. Julie, it seems like unless you are one of the group, it doesn't matter what you know, say, but otherwise practice. Yep. The click, click, click. You guys hear it? Click, click, click. And that's the thing that really just roasts my cookies. The clicks. We are community. So there should, that clicky crap shouldn't be going on, but it does. It does. There's going to be favorites, and it's just, and you guys all know it's the truth. There's the favorites, and then there's the rest of people. I'm in the group with the rest of the people, so it's. And the favorites get priority. They get recognized. I like the idea of putting the Billy on the base, fish one of those frogs in the doorway or something to see if anything needs past that causes it. Just the light sensor. That would be funny. Yeah, it would be. The Billy and the bass fish. You're sitting there in the dark, it's all quiet, and all of a sudden you hear it start singing and flapping. It's hilarious. I left on Ghost Hunt because it was ridiculous. And see, that's the problem. Like when Carla just did hers and she was with that group, and I'm thinking, and I asked her, I go, oh, you're going to be able to go off on your own? Because I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to, unless it's your team. Why do you don't want to hang out with other people? They do things differently. They might be just there to bullshit everybody. And Carla's there to find out the true history, true facts, true events, true experience. And it's very different when you're trying to do your thing and then you got somebody else doing theirs. The group thing sucks. You got to be careful with groups. I didn't want to be banned from the company. Yeah, see? Right there. She just says, it's the majority of the stuff I do by myself with my husband. My husband's in the background, in the truck, parked over somewhere else, and I'm out wandering around. He's there just to watch, to make sure nothing happens to me or I don't fall down or whatever. But if I'm doing any plans on doing a building or a large area, then I bring in the rest of my group, which is my sister and my brother-in-law, if they're available. People have lives. This is just a pastime for them. Where me, it's full time. So I have, more time to dedicate. Spit it out, Laura. To dedicate to doing this. But as far as doing stuff with strangers, yeah, I don't know. I just, and I know sometimes you just have no choice. Sage doesn't want to be a grown-up anymore. It's no fun. I know, guys, I'm behind. Teams like PQ don't do abandonment and then have been criticized for it, but they discover many times that raccoons and other vermin in the building. This was just not, yeah, that's the thing. You got to deal with rats, bats, cats, raccoons, vagrants. That's the scary part. It could be some homeless person's, home, and you're in there and they get upset because they think you're going to steal from them. So and we have a lot of that around here. I'm too old to deal with that crap. When I was younger, yeah, running, jumping through windows, not a problem. This old busted chick just can't do that shit no more. I'm not running. So if something's chasing me, I'm going to knock it out. I'm not going to... doing investigations with tour groups must be... Yeah, well, like I said, Carla was lucky. She was able to go off on her own, which is beautiful. But a lot of times you get in trouble. They don't want you doing that. So right there, I would say, well, then I'm not going to bother. If I can't wander off on my own and do my own investigation, then I don't want to do it. When am I growing up was the dumbest thing I ever said. Yeah, they lied to us. Adulting is a big lie. Warning, kids, don't you believe it. It's a lie. Being a grown-up, as long as the string, that's the problem. There's so many strings. There really is so many strings. No, Pop, if I said that, you'd know it. Loud and clear. I agree, Laura, and ask myself why Mason, Jill, and Friday Citrus just don't do a live where they can talk to each other. Hopefully they will. I would like to see that. This way, each side can get their points across, and nobody is misunderstanding anything. Mason went live briefly afterwards to apologize. Yes, I did see that. And invited Joe, but it was really late. Yeah, I did see that too. So hopefully they'll get together, that whole panel, because he did have comments with everything that was being said. So I think he should invite, Joe, Reality, Friday, and Dawson all on and have the discussion. Even if Mason don't want to be by himself, have Kenny come on. Kenny will be willing to come on, so that it could be discussed. Let's see. I played a lot of them. My own SLS. Let's see. SLS is the stupidest thing around. Well, it was made for gaming, not for what they're using it for. And then they come up with we got this big, huge SLS machine when you take it around on the ghost investigations. And I'm thinking, what? I mean, the SLS wouldn't even pick up my cat. But I have a cookie jar that's shaped like a cat that we keep the cat food in. It would pick that up. And we had a ball with it in the cemetery. I was just dying laughing. I don't think I put that video out. And my sister and brother-in-law and my husband were with us. We were all going through. And I said, okay, let me try this app in the cemetery and see what happens. You get all these stick figures on all the stones. And they're dancing around, and my sister's in the middle of them, shaking her ass. And I was pissing myself. I said, this is hilarious. So if you want to laugh, you can play around with that. I sent someone a clip using a spirit box in an area that had no satellite radio, and word asshole was clear as a bell. And there was no cussing like that on the radio. See, that's what I'm saying. You always got to leave that what if open. I don't know. I was told it was pareidolia. Yeah, well, if you hear it loud enough, I don't go with the pareidolia thing. Like with the EVPs that I've captured a couple here and there. I don't care what anybody says. The one that I've got, you hear it say my name several times. There's no doubt about that. The rest of it, okay, you can question. But it's not pareidolia. Because I'll be the first one to say, "Oh, okay, no, that's not what it's saying." I mean, I listen over and over. You guys have no clue. With nobody around, headphones on, in depth, my hearing is really freaking good, and I listen. And it's Julia AI Ghost Google wins that award for me. Oh, I've never played around with that. Yes, it seems like the last 5 years have been piling up with responsibilities. Well, you know what it is, Sage? It's because you're good. You're taking care of your mother, so it's increased the responsibilities and the stress. I went through that in the beginning with my mother. It was like, what the I didn't sign up for this. What is this? But we have to do it, and it's you guys know, you were here when I was going through it until the end, and it's rough. It's really rough. Nobody expects to have to do that kind of stuff, but life has different plans, and I've already informed my family if I end up going down that road, like my mother, just put me somewhere, because I know they can't handle it, and I wouldn't want them to have to deal with it. I went through it with my mother, and it was difficult, and it's just not right to burden your children with that. It really isn't. I mean, it would be up to my son if he wanted to take on the responsibility. That's different, but I told him, don't feel like you have to, because I get it. Well, and how do you prove something doesn't work 100%? That isn't something paranormal affecting the device. Tit for tat. If you can't say what it is, then you can't say what it isn't. That's right. Two sides of the coin, Pam. You are so right. And just because they've run the one test, that doesn't prove anything. Like I said, yeah, okay, nothing was going on at that moment. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen tomorrow, next month, next year. You don't see, there's no absolute on either side. And that's why I never post. When I post stuff, I never say, "Oh, this is paranormal. Oh, I caught this." I know. I always put it up. You let me know what you think. And then I look at everybody's comments and I think, okay, yeah, it could be that, or it could be that, or I have no problems with that whatsoever. Some use equipment not because the equipment is going to give them signs of a ghost, but it'll cause them in other ways. Don't forget, tonight is strawberry full moon. Yes, full moon. Get your berries out. You gonna dance naked under the full moon, Julie? I'll be out there. Maybe I'll streak across Leanne's lawn. Speaking of clicks, granted, not the same kind. Click that like button. Oh, yep. Please, please. I know. I've been on the kind of like the. I know it's just been quiet here on the channel, so please click it so at least I show up in the algorithm. Me and Bill are the black sheep. We've decided. No black sheep. We all have had our kinks. Whip it, click it, spank it, but give it that thumbs up. Thank you, Cree. By the way, everybody, thanks again, for helping Cree out and for your donations and for sharing out. The fund is doing beautifully. So hopefully it'll continue to grow to help Cree out, help her and her family out. Dismissing something because you don't like the way it was found or recorded is a bit like throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Yeah. I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting towards the bottom. Things that animals don't come around people, so when they abandonment, they might come out and know. Now you know for sure they're there. That's like a given. Anytime you go out into an abandoned building, you know there's rats and mice, squirrels, birds. I mean, they get in the walls. I mean, that's a given. Cockroaches, for Christ's sakes, man. you're going to hear them scurrying around. It's just, that is a given. That's why I always tell everybody, that's why I ask everybody, do you do a run through before you start the investigation? So you could figure out, the natural sounds first before, you start your filming and you, oh, what's that? Oh, what is that? You're going to, oh, that's that squirrel, or that's this, or that. You have to do that. Bats, another one, big one in the bigger buildings, bats. Sage. Never blame others for the road you're on. It's your own asphalt. You're right. That's right. Own it. I think they definitely need to have a stream. Well, with all of them. Okay, that's what you're going to say. With all of them. Yeah, I do too. Yep. Oh, there it is, with all of them. Yep. So they can continue the debate and everybody in chat can take part in it. I never think that Mason is trying to be malicious or anything like that. You can see he's passionate about it, which is great. But I think that things get misconstrued because it's not all right there in your face. So the way he did it last night, and I know a lot of people were getting a little annoyed in the chat. So I think it's better if they do it as all together on the same platform. And then it is what it is. And then everybody, shaking hands at the end of the day. Pinky, I would like to see something with a moderator on the screen as well, sort of like a mediator. Yeah, hey, that's a good idea. Good idea. Somebody impartial. Yep. I detest the SLS. It's maps on anything and everything. It's hilarious. Come on, Cree. It's freaking funny. It's a fun toy. But ignore it. Some people just absolutely believe in some of the stuff, and it's because they're fake. Well, they're putting their faith in it. So they see, this is where I believe that you have to. We all have our own belief system. We all do. And I know a lot of people say it's difficult to put it aside, but when you're doing an investigation, you got to leave the belief system at the door. And that's when the scientific brain takes over. And you collect your data, and then when you go home and you review it, and then you can say, well, gee, then you'll start thinking, well, gee, yeah, maybe that's so because that's what you believe. I can understand that because I do that. But when I'm doing the investigation, or when I'm going through the cemeteries, everything is left at home, and I'm there to do what I need to do. You got to just train yourself to do that. Because right there, if you can't train yourself to do it, you're going to contaminate the investigation from the word go. Cree the SLS is only really any good for spooking, like at the Halloween haunted house. Let's see. Hey, V team. Hello. Hope you're still here. I'm just, rambling on. All right. Good Lord. Tell me to move along. Water prepped for moon water. Nice. I'll be digging in the dirt. Setting up a giant bowl for water. Maybe they'll count. We just don't have the finances to have her in assisted living without putting up the house. Yeah, see, that's the issue we were having, Sage. Here, they wanted $15,000 a month to set my mother up in the nursing facility for dementia patients. I told the ladies, well, thank you for the information. You have a great day. That would have wiped my father out. Would have wiped him out. And yeah, we would have had to, put the house up for sale. I mean, come on, no. So it was only our turn. And I feel better anyway, even though it was very difficult. it was better for us to take care of her, because even the doctor said they couldn't have done any better in the nursing facility. We took care of all of my mother's needs. Hey, TARDIS, hello, hello. And it's the same thing that they're doing in a nursing home, except that my mother would have had to wait around till a nurse showed up in the room, where we were there all day, every day for her. So, she didn't have to sit in a dirty diaper, or she wasn't bathed, regularly, or, we were there and we took care of it. I might need a kitty cam for Stark. Yeah. If you were to go dance naked outside, neighbors would drop dead from fright. Then the cops. Yeah, but it'd be a good time, Julie. I know. They'd be getting phone calls too. Or who knows? You never know what kind of weirdos you got in your neighborhood. They might film it. Let's see. You get someone else to go naked for it? Okay. It's so wrong. And home care is expensive. Yeah, nobody can afford it. If you don't have that set up, nobody can afford it. Question: why do some people say you got to use batteries to give spirit energy? Is it true or a myth? All right, this is based on belief, my belief, and it could be others' beliefs. I believe that when we leave the physical body, we are transformed into pure energy. Energy is what makes the body work. That spark, the soul, if you want to call it. That's energy. So then when we, transform, the energy is out there. We're out there in the universe. And I think the reason, they're saying that the energy for communication, or for a spirit to actually interact, it needs large amounts of energy. So that's why they claim that they will draw energy from any source that's around. Hence the batteries. Now, I've had weird stuff happen with batteries where I've been out. The time that I finally found that revolutionary graveyard out in the middle of nowhere in the woods, my equipment was charged, and I only started filming, and I think it lasted not even 5 minutes, and the battery was dead. It was a new camera, new batteries. So I don't know what the hell happened. You heard me bitching on the recorder, though, because I was pissed. After it took us forever to get to that spot, and then everything was just drained. So I don't know. Pinky, I've seen paranormal kitty cams. It's adorable. I uploaded the short where a pack of coyotes ran me out of an old cemetery in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, you never know what you're going to find. That's why my husband comes with me. Because he'll say, I'll go by myself. No. So just in case, I got to deal with coyotes or some lunatic that's running through the woods. I always seem to find these places that are like in the middle of nowhere. But those are the good ones. Mason is wonderful, I believe, because of how he does things. Saved Paranormal Quest's reputation by proving what happened with that bear. Players for all of the families who love lost ones and survivors rescued, including today from Venezuela. Oh, yes. I know there's a lot of that stuff going on. A lot of earthquakes, a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, definitely prayers. Can't see moon here. Typical Melbourne clouds. Oh, you know what, TARDIS? We go through that when you say, oh, we're going Northern Lights tonight. And it is always overcast here. I've only seen the Northern Lights once in my life, and I was a kid. Every time we were going to have meteor showers or the Northern Lights or some kind of, outer space, event going on, it's cloudier than a bitch here. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to miss another one. I'm getting caught up. I hate the SLS. It's crap. I was at a live where they got once in it mapped on the wallpaper, and it was giving you a spirit. He refused to accept it. ever see a meteor coming and it's either cue the cloud. Exactly. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. We won't see it coming. Hello, Wayne. How are you? Good morning. Oh, good afternoon to you. I could drive out to the country. Yes, I can drive out to the country. Put your water out there, do your ceremonial dance. Next thing you know, there's spotlights. We caught you. Cree, I originally thought, hey, this could be something with the SLS. When I learned more, I knew it was not useful. I hate to question people that can't understand that it didn't work in the way we hoped. Yeah, because it was developed for gaming, not for what they wanted. They were using it for. Same thing with the deal with the oh god, the car there with the sensors all the way around the car. The same deal. That's another SLS deal. It's the car is not picking up spirits. I will never go along with go to long-term care. I was abused in an assisted living facility and don't trust them anymore. I'm working with death doula. They have hospice at home. Yeah, we were actually getting ready to set up hospice at the house for my mother. And I was in the process of that. 2 days later, we had to take her to the hospital, and then she was gone. So, Lord, don't give me ideas. I'm here to help, Julie. I'm here to help. That's what I do. I help. So yeah. Living in it's wonderful if you got money, you could pay the big money to go to these really fancy places for assisted living, but the majority of them are not that great. They're short staffed, so your loved one is just sitting in squalor waiting for somebody to show up, which is horrible. You know, I even in the hospital, I noticed when my mother was in there and it was time for her to eat. I mean, the nurse tried for a little while, but she had to go on to different patients. So, what's that telling you? My mother wasn't getting fed. I mean, she wasn't had intravenous, but hello. So, if I wasn't there, she wouldn't eat dinner. So it's and then not for nothing. They get robbed and abused, and it's terrible. You're in trust. I already told my father that if we ever ended up putting my mother in a facility, I was going to buy cameras and install them in her room and have it connected to my phone. And I know they would say, well, you can't do that. And I would say, oh, yes, I can. If I'm paying $15,000 for a room, I'm going to put a damn camera in it. So I could check to see if my mother was being abused or robbed or anything else. Yeah. Don't tell somebody what they can and cannot do if they're paying that kind of money. I have that same attitude with my home and my property. Oh, you can't do that. The fuck I can't, excuse the F, but I can't. The taxes that I pay, when you pay my mortgage and my taxes, then you can tell me what to do with my property. Otherwise, keep it to yourself. So if I want to dance naked under the strawberry moon, damn it, I'm going to do it. Are you using the batteries correctly? Not using them for things that vibrate. No, ew, yuck. No vibrating batteries here, Wayne. Dirty birdie. Yeah, that's like I said with the hospice thing, because I was burnt out. My father was burnt out. We were exhausted, and because the care was more intense. Like I said, it got to be where we had to we had to move her and pick her up continuously, in and out of the chair. And we're doing this, we're doing that. And then it got to be where I'm thinking, and then she developed the bed sores. Like, well, she can't sit in the chair because we got to wait for that bed sore to heal. So that's when she was in bed. And then you got to roll her over all the time. And then and then it got to be where she wasn't eating. And I thought, we've got to call in somebody. I just don't know what to do anymore. I was calling the doctor's office every day. I'm sure they got sick and tired of hearing me. But when it was your first time experience doing something like that, I didn't know what to do any of this stuff. What the hell do I do? You look stuff up online, but you want to hear it from the own doctor's mouth. Am I doing this right? Do I need to take her to the hospital? Do I need to do this? So they got to the point, I contacted the hospice, and all I needed was a referral from the doctor's office. And that's what I was waiting for. And it was literally just like 2 days before my mother went in that I had contacted them. But I had to rush her in. And then it was just 2 days after that. It was within 24 hours. So literally my mother was dying at home, and we didn't know it. I'm hoping that as he sees this actually does, he'll realize he was wrong, but he really defended it because he believes in it. He'll figure it out. It's crap, then bitch about it. Yeah. And yeah, everybody's got to find out in their own way. Please forgive me. I've just woken up. So little brain. Just woken up. What are you, on holiday? I know when it's hot, what else is there to do? You just vegetate and sit on a block of ice. Go get that coffee. It's going to be a good day. Everyone, pain is only 8 out of 10. Ooh, run with it. I run with it. That was me though the other day, Julie. So be careful. Take it easy. I ran with it when I was feeling the day I made the bread. I was feeling awesome. I made that bread and I get dinner ready, and I'm going to do the yard work, and I did the whole front yard, and then I went to pick grape leaves and got mint, and then as soon as I got upstairs, I thought, man, somebody ran me over with a train. Oh, I was in an agony. And did it to myself. Leanne bitched me out. And then for 2 days, that's where I was, stuck in bed. I couldn't even type. My fingers were swollen. Oh my God, it was horrible. So just take it slow. Take it slow. Shooting range, and then this evening, maybe out to the country. Thanks, Laura. You're welcome. See, I'm here to help. Excuse me. Actually, 100% agree, Laura. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do that's right for you. Like my mother was in a nursing home. She got robbed a couple times. And then when we went to go collect her things, we couldn't find her purse. That was missing. And it happens at night. And I get it, because I know people that work in nursing homes. They're shorthanded. And the people they get shouldn't be in healthcare services. They shouldn't be. It's just because they're there for the paycheck. They don't care about the residents. It's an inconvenience, because I've seen the way some of them have behaved. And then you look and you say, and I've said it, well, what are you doing this for then? If you don't want to be bothered, taking care of these people, those people didn't ask to be there, number one. Nobody wants to end up like that. It's horrific. And, you can't help the cards that you've been dealt. But at least you can, find comfort that at least somebody out there is going to take care of you and not abuse you. I put a nanny cam up, watch, they won't know that you're watching. Yeah, I don't know. I said I'd put in I'd put in the cameras. I don't care. Fuck is my favorite word. Well, that word flies pretty well around here. You guys just don't hear it online. I have a coworker that goes on cruises all the time. He decided it would be cheaper and nicer than assisted living Eric home. Just keep taking cruises and let them take care of it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. If you could do it. Batteries, they recharge now. I heard people going on cruises instead of care homes. Yep. My neck had me down all weekend. I wasn't able to do anything. Yeah, it's terrible. And I know that the headache thing I was going through was, I have no idea who that is. it was spine related because once my back cracked, it took well 2 weeks, 2 weeks with a headache. The headache let up, and then it took a few more days for the neck because the neck kept, you hear the crunching, and yeah, the neck cleared up. So, cause I was, oh god, I mean, you go to the doctor, what are they gonna do? Nothing, give you pills. I needed my neck cracked, is what I needed. My grandmother had in-home care and military care at home. They took a long. It took so long approving the care. That came through a few hours before she. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, the woman was wonderful at hospice. She said, "Oh no, we will come in, not a problem. We just need the referral from the doctor, and we'll be right over and set everything up." And so we were on that road. Like I said, I was 2 days before I ended up bringing my mother to the hospital. So, like I said, we didn't. She was at the end of the road of the dementia, and we just didn't know it. And that's when I started looking online. Okay, what's going on? And that's when it said, yeah, there was the road to the end because everything was shutting down. Then in constant pain. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm in constant pain too, Julie. And that's right. That's what I say. Just screw it. I'm gonna have a good. But there are those days where I do have a good day. There's pain, but it's not intense where you don't want to move. So when I have those days, I'm like, yes. And I always screw myself. Always screw. You'd think I know better, but you can't help it. Let's see. Yeah, I have to get some nasty people working and caring. I've seen some physically abuse the elderly. Oh, I have two. Wayne. They do physically abuse them. How could you beat on somebody that can't defend themselves? What kind of scumbag are you? I mean, really. Actually, there was a woman that I knew, and I caught her. I was taking my parents to the store, and I got out of the truck, and I seen her with a gentleman. Obviously, it was a resident she had brought to the store, and she practically threw him in the wheelchair. She was yelling at him, and then she looked up and she saw me. And I just looked at her, shook my head, and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" "Oh, it's going great." "Yeah, okay." Needless to say, she doesn't work in that care anymore because of phone calls. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, I didn't make a scene in the parking lot, but she knew she was caught and she was up shit creek. This poor man. It is what it is. It was good. I had a few days I could rest. Yeah, that's all you can do. Well, you guys seen when I was in the chats for the shows over those last couple of days. I was done, man. I was like, oh, I can't move. I can't do nothing. I was just laying there, vegetating, staring at my phone, and I was texting by voice. And that's why the messages were all messed up when I made a comment. I said, guys, I can't type. I couldn't use my fingers. Oh, it was awful. But I did it to myself from doing all the weeding and the lawn care. It was huge. My fingers are they're still hurting because I was shoveling last night, but not as bad because I didn't go crazy. Oh, it's called suicide diagnosis, and I've had online friends who did. It's because you can only take so much. That's what it is. You can only take so much, and people are only so strong for so long. And I totally get that because there are days I'm like, I'm so over this. I'm done. But then the other side of me kicks in and says, come on, shut the F up. Get your ass up and move. And that's the side I listen to. It's just like, well, Julie and me and the rest of us here who have had these issues, you've had them for years, 30, 40 years. And you're thinking, God, how do I keep going? That's because I enjoy the gift of life. It might not be the best life, but it's still every day I get to wake up and it's a blessing. And, the pain is just a cross that I have to bear. For what reason, I don't know. I'll find out someday, I guess. I'm here for a purpose, I guess. Even if it's just to sit here and talk with you guys. Thank you for posting all of that, Miss Pinky Pinky. I have to go. A friend of mine is here to show me how to work online billing. Do what you got to do, Cree. You do what you got to do. Thanks for popping in. Yes, important. Learn all that stuff. I know. I told my husband, I said, you're screwed because I take care of all that stuff. I said, if anything happens to me, you're screwed, man. You don't know how to get into the computers. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to do this or that. Pam, such a shame. Some aren't given proper training. Others are just pure nasty. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Wayne. I left a job at a care home because I complained. No one listened and cared. I had to leave or jail. Yeah, because you're like, what? Why are those people there? It's the paycheck. Because it pays pretty damn good. But if you don't have compassion for those in need, that is not the job for you. Because it tests your patience. That's human nature. But, you got to think, it's not their fault. They're hurting, or they don't understand what they're doing. I mean, there's some days where my mother would do stuff and I'm thinking, and I would tell Anna, I'm going to kick you right in the ass. Knock it off. She just look at me. Don't make me spank my mother. Julia, my son was none too pleased when I tried to die on them in the living room. It still bothers him. Apparently my lips went blue and I wasn't breathing. That's scary, Pam. It's scary. Laura, it may be a better life because you appreciate things more. Yeah, I do. I do. I appreciate the blessings that we are given. The planet we live on is a gift. I mean, it really is. To be able to wake up, even if you're just laying in bed looking out the window, I enjoy everything that God and Mother Nature has bestowed upon us. And if it's my lot in life to lay there and suffer while enjoying it, then I do it. Like right now, I'm having some issues, so and I'm trying to control it. But I have that attitude towards life. I always tell my husband that because my husband bitches. God, he bitches. And I says, you waste so much time on bitching. Can't you just appreciate that you're alive to enjoy each day and the people that love you? That's not a big deal. Just enjoy it. And we were actually having that conversation last night. I know he bitched about something. I said, you know what? If you had all the money in the world and everything was catered to you, you would know what to do with yourself because you'd have nothing to complain about. And he laughed at me. I said, I'm right. I said, you find joy in bitching. I died. I woke up in ICU, intubated, tied down, bruised from the neck to the base of ribs. Not good. I miss being dead. But my daughter. That's an experience. I mean, that's a very personal experience. I don't know if you'd want to share that, Julie, but because I find that interesting. You were at the doorway. What was it like? What did you have any kind of? I'm going to say consciousness, knowing what was going on. Because you hear all kinds of. Oh, so you do remember being? I'm getting there. I'm catching up. Shut up, Laura. She said it down here. I remember being dead. That's incredible. But I look at it this way. You were dead, but it wasn't your time, and you were sent back because you still had things to accomplish here. You weren't finished here. Because I do believe that we are here for a reason. We all have a timeline, and If something happens and it's accidental and you do pass before your time, you're sent back for a reason because you have things to finish. And see, she says about my daughter. So yeah, that might have been your reason to finish. Lucky Donna and her sister Tracy worked at a Carriers, so I'm in good hands. There you go. So Wayne is set. I went on a date Saturday night and didn't use my cane the entire time. I used him. Oh, there you go, girl. That's sly. Did you? Oh, goodness, I'm having a little trouble. Could you help me? Please. Yeah, hopefully it leads to more caneless dates. Nice. I hope you had a good time, Julie. I was dead, no pulse, no breathing. Yeah, that's scary to know that. But you said that you remember. So that's the thing that blows everybody's mind. You've been there. So you've experienced it. So yeah, can you that's the thing. Can you explain it? Excuse me. But I do believe that, yeah, you're sent back for a reason. There's a reason why you're still here. I don't remember anything but flickering light. Ah, it's the weekend. Is it the weekend yet? Oh, God. I'm sorry to inform you, Sage. Excuse me. Nope. You still got a whole week to suffer through. And hopefully it's not too hot. I won't even go outside until later. No way. I'll look out the window. That's as far as that's gonna go. I told him I use a cane. It folds up. Brought it, but I just used this fine piece of chocolate candy. She's a smooth talker. When I nearly bought the farm, I had hit. Oh my goodness, how rude, Laura. When I nearly bought the farm, I had a bit of an out of body experience. It was strange. Uh-oh, it was a heat warning. Look out, it's coming. I would love, I mean, even if you guys, I mean, if you didn't want to share it, live on a program or whatever, write it down so I could, share it in the magazine. And I don't have to put your name on it. But I think people would love to hear about the experience. Oh yeah, I've got it all set. I should cement it. Yeah, you should get it in writing, Wayne. Get it in writing. I know. Good question. Pinky, how is the future? Do we want to continue? I had walking pneumonia, not comfortable problem. Yeah. Apparently that's what I had. What was it, last year? Didn't even know it. And I was, like I said, I was feeling kind of weird. And I told my husband, I go, yeah, something's not right. So yeah, I went to urgent care and they said, oh, you got pneumonia. Oh, that's nice. It took forever to get over with. I know Pinky finally just got over hers. It's horrible. It lasts forever. It's freezing here in the future. Oh no, we aren't. Well, let's see, freezing or roasting. We could meet middle of the road and hang out with Girly. In the beautiful state of California. Let's see, 95 today. Don't know about the humidity factor. Yeah, it's gonna be nasty here. And I don't even want to look at the humidity because I can feel it already. It's starting to rise. When I was 11, I had pneumonia, nearly died. It was damaging to my hearing. Oh, it does affect you. It really does. Wish it were Friday. Yeah. That's the thing, though. I hate doing that too. I don't know if you guys are like that. I hate wishing the days away. Because we're at the point now where we only have a few days, left on our calendar. So I just, I wish it was this, or I wish it was that. No, I just live in the moment. Time is going too quick. And the older you get, the quicker it goes. That's the thing that sucks. Of course, this was weekend where all of our kids graduated from high school, and I'm seeing this. I'm thinking, oh my god, I remember this when this child was born. What the hell happened? Now they're all getting ready to go to college. I'm thinking, oh, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. No, stop it. I want to get off this ride. Just having fun, never doing the relationship thing again. Honey, you just live it. Your rules, you do what you want. Have a good time. My throat is taking a long time to heal fully from all the coffee. Yeah, Pinky, I never when I had laryngitis there last year, it screwed up my vocal cords. I'm so pissed. And I figured, a year, it should be no, it was damage. Can't hit those high notes anymore, guys. You hate it when you think it's Friday and it's Wednesday. I did that all last week, girly. All last week. I'm thinking, oh, it's such and such. My husband's like, nope, it's not. And I'm thinking, oh, crap. I lost a complete day somewhere. A complete day. Sage, I did that too several times. It gives us something to look forward to. The older I get, the more active my brain has become. Hell, it's running rings around me. That's the thing that stinks. Your spirit, your mind, still in your 20s. Your body's like, I don't think so. You better sit your old ass down. Hey, Roger. Hello, good morning. Jackie, oh, that just tell the next guy, okay, maybe birthday or Christmas, but that's it. It's cooler, but now the sun is lower. It's warming up again. More heat. Next week, apparently, man, you guys are just getting roasted. Our roast begins today, Roger. 90 degrees today. I don't know what the humidity is going to be, but this girl's not going outside till the sun starts going down. Even though it was cool last night, it was in the 70s. And we had a light breeze. And when I started digging in that dirt, trying to level off that ground, I was sweating. And they go, oh, I'm too old for this crap. Too old to be digging in the dirt like that. The thing I usually get crazy and young. Yeah. Why not? Have fun. You only live once, right? Do what you got to do and have a good time doing it. I think it's another thing that we forget and we lose. I don't know. We just lose it in the paranormal. Everything gets to be too serious, and we forget to have a good time while we're doing it. When I had the blood clot blocking my lung, I don't remember passing out. I just said, "Oh man, I'm on the floor," and I was in the hospital 2 weeks after. Yeah, oh, that's dangerous. Yes, I know. My niece, it was a couple years back. She, oh god, she had a hysterectomy, and ended up having filled with blood clots. Oh my gosh, she was so sick. And they had her in the hospital for a long time, and then she was on tons of medication, and she was sick. Thank God she pulled through, but just awful. I'm a little stuffy. 100% Laura. It stinks having an active mind and having a body that Jabba. I know, Wayne. I know. Sarah B, good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday to you. I've been serious on my. You gotta have fun. You gotta have fun, Julie. Cut loose, sister. Let it out. Yesterday we snuck home a piece of Eucharistic and my dad had taken spirits with holy water. I said, "Don't catch fire, Dad." It took a high knee step my mom back, so we were happy with it. Excuse me. Gotta do what you gotta do. It's like, when you get older, that's the funny thing, and that's the truth. When you're older, or like your grandparents, or when you're whatever, everybody, your parents get older, you notice how more they just say what they want and they don't give a shit who they offend or whatever. They don't care. That's the beauty of getting older. I never try to offend anybody, but I just, you know what? I'm going to say it. You don't like it? Well, go cry in a corner. I mean, I'm never cruel to anybody, but I just, it's just what it is. Truth is truth, Enzo. Good morning, Enzo. How's Enzo today? Good to see you. Bristol. Yeah, Bristol. Actually, they're on tonight, right? Yeah, Monday. Yep. Okay, I know where I am. Where am I? What city am I on? Bristol's on tonight, so that'll be fun. Justin, is Justin doing a show? Justin, Bristol, Boo Productions. He's got some comments about the Mason deal and those guys. We're gonna interesting. Gotta watch that. We gonna shut him up at 9? Okay, so we're not late for Bristol. Between the nicotine gum he was chewing and still in Sacramento, I think he had a good day. First good day in a long, long time. Oh, good for him. I tease my sister, or on the opposite of the Polar Express. In the end, we're getting older. Time's running out. Just live life and enjoy it. Who cares what anybody else says? We shouldn't have to care. Do what you're going to do and have fun doing it. I mean, I don't know how old Mason is. He's young. He's a young guy, isn't he? He's only in his 30s. So everybody's serious in their 30s. When you get to be old like us, it's like, I don't give a shit. I want to have fun. So, I'm serious about what I do and how I do it, but I don't forget to have the fun in it also. And even though that we're older, we still like magic, just like anybody else does. You got like that little bit of magic, a little bit of mystery. It's a good time. I missed live stream tonight. I've got to do target practice, dance naked. Oh, that's right. You're gonna have to be team rewatch, Julie. She's gonna be out naked, dancing naked. This is a good time to practice. If anybody's got a drone in Julie's area. Oh wait, Enzo, you're in Julie. Julie's gonna be dancing naked under the strawberry moon, Enzo. So Julie, if you're out there and you're doing your thing and you see a white van driving by, it's just a scientist doing scientific research. Excuse me. I'm making myself choke. So yeah, he's just doing science. Don't pay attention to the man in the white van. Mason is 25, I think. Get out. Really? I think my bra is older than Mason. At least he really dedicated to truth. So I think he means well for sure. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Mason is 25. All my children are older. I don't know. Really, I don't know how old he is. If he is 25, yeah, my son's older than him. Really, 25? Yep, Mason is the same age as my son. 25. Okay. Mason's still a baby. Baby crack man. I didn't know he was that young. Wow. Hi, Enzo. Good live the other week. Yes, I loved having Enzo on. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I research all kinds of wildlife. Look out, Julie. She says, I don't think Enzo would like that. Well, you don't know. Already my color night vision camera. He's going to get the exclusive Julie dancing under the strawberry moon. That's hilarious. It's all for research, Julie. Really, it is. If Mason shaved, he'd look 12. Oh, God. Poor Mason, if you're listening, they're picking on you. We're all picking on you. I had no clue he was that young. That's depressing. My youngest is almost 28. Yeah, my son's going to be 36. So, and I don't know who the hell told me he could grow up, but he needs to stop. It's making his mother feel old. Of course, for science. That's right. That's right. See, I know where you're coming from, Enzo. It's for science. Anything for science. Laura, what's for lunch and for dinner? Good question, Janice. I don't know, seeing that I don't have anything in the house. So the cupboards are bare. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure something out. I can't go shopping just yet. So I have coffee. That's why I'm having coffee. What are you having for lunch or dinner? Scientific research. Of course. Yeah, see, Julie, see? It's all for science. Yeah, it's because it's all for science. We do things all in the name of science. The sacrifices that we make. I see Julie's going to have to sacrifice time online watching programs. She's going to have to drive all the way out there, bring all of her stuff with her. Do the ritual and all. I mean, it's just that's dedication, Julie. That's dedication. I posted a new baby on the Discord pets. Okay, a new baby. Got a roast in the crock pot. Ooh, sounds good. I trimmed off the very beginning of your clip, and it was enough to let me post on Discord. It's out there now. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's what I had to do. I had to trim stuff down so it would fit. I don't know why they do that. I had a great time in Kansas UFO on Saturday. Met a lot of great people, new connections, even some requests from other researchers. Fun. Oh, wonderful, Enzo. That's great. You're so lucky you get to do that. There's so many things I would love to go and do and see and investigate, and I just can't. The travel is what kicks my ass. The only way I could survive it is if I had, like a van like Enzo, and I'd be laying down in the back and somebody else is driving. Because sitting that long in a vehicle, it's just, I can't do it anymore. It wrecks me. No sense of going on a trip. You make it there, and then you got to stay in bed for 3 days so that you can walk around. It just doesn't work out that way. Well, I'm glad you had a great time, Enzo. See, that's why Enzo needs his own channel, his own show, so we could hear about these things. So you could fill us in. Oh, Enzo, and I was teasing Karen because I talked to her after you were on the show, and we were talking, and I says, "Oh," and I said, "I just didn't want you to get mad." I said that we stole your Enzo. We'll give him back when you want. She goes, "He's not my Enzo. He belongs to everybody." Even an invite to the Con in Vernal, Utah in September. It's the Skinwalker Ranch Center. Oh. Are you going? That's cool. Wow. That's not too far of a trip. That'd be so cool. I get passed around a lot. Yeah, we love it. That's what happens, Enzo, when you're a sex symbol. Everybody's got to get a little piece. I say, aren't they sage? For a couple of weeks, they stay fluffy. It's nice to have a new fluff ball in the house. Yeah, my pets. These are the last ones. Because I'd like to have a Maine Coon cat. I'd have to save up for like 3 years to get one, but I just don't have what it takes to take care of them properly. I mean, I feel bad for my dog. I don't get to take her for walks anymore because it's too much. So she gets us the backyard. We need to work out some details. We want to go. It's probably going to boil down to hotel money. Ah, gotcha. Enzo, that's way cool. Enzo is popular. Yeah, he is. Enzo's cool. He's one of the cool kids. I've been having baby quails brought in to the watering hole by their parents. Aww. I love it when the Canadian geese, because the one cemetery that we hang out is a huge pond, and the Canadian geese go there and have their little babies. They're so cute. They come up to my husband. My husband feeds them. The parents are watching them really close, but he gets away with it. And so the sex symbol, I feel sorry for the ladies. Oh. Well, what are you talking about, Wayne, with your bald, sexy self? Oh, let's see. Cheza. Hi, Cheza. How are you, sweetie? All right, just see a bobcat until I was I could get away with that, huh? Ah, good idea. I get it on my feet all the time. These Maine Coon kitty babies. I'm thinking, oh, you bastards. But not for nothing. I'm not paying $3,000 for a cat. Come on. It's a 4 out of 5 day event. All the TV show people, even some Bigelow era researchers. It sounds really fun, Enzo. Lucky duck. Good morning, Alessio. Or should I say yes, afternoon. How is our spicy meatball today? Yeah, I sent Alessio the picture of the bread. I'm telling you, that bread was so simple, so easy, and so damn good. And I'm not a big bread person, but I couldn't help it. I didn't give a crap about the pasta or the meatballs. I was just dipping the bread in the sauce. Terrible. It was terrible. Hell yeah, rub my head. It's lucky. That's right. I'm working on having friends in all the areas. Yeah, it helps you out so you get a place to stay. Ooh, Julie's calling you the stallion. The Italian stallion stud. What a title. Listening to Laura's reading Mamma Mia shiver. Oh, good. It give you a little bit of shiver in the shorts. A little shiver in the shorts. I'm good. Just came back from work. Oh, are you done for the day? I hope so. Never mind. I'll be back later. Why? Where are you going? Where are you going, Cheza? Don't leave us. Don't leave us. Don't leave. That's a lot to live up to. You just be you, and they will come. See, that's the attraction. You're just yourself. See, Angelo, you didn't realize you were going to grow up and be a sex symbol. Who knew, right? Nobody knows that. How is Alessio today? Is it cooling down in Poland? Tell them Polacks to turn the heat off. I always call him the Italian stallion stud. It's funny. We all have a name. We all have a name for him. Everybody's got their name. By the way, I really enjoyed last night's stream with APRF. I think you put them on the map in the US. I'm telling you, I'm glad you enjoyed. I enjoyed it. I would have kept it going, but it was hot. They were dying. It was hot. I was hot here. And I actually had other commitments. So otherwise I would have kept it going because it was one hell of a show. Great questions. And I do think that they are leading the way in a different direction for the paranormal community. So hopefully other people will fall into suit. And I know the equipment's expensive, but do what you can. Even if you can't afford the fancier stuff, at least go down that path, follow it the best way that you can. It's a beginning, you know. I was asked by a local researcher to help out with a new thing they discovered west of town. Sounds like spooky like activity. Just waiting. I have time to meet up with them. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my God, we're just gonna have to have Enzo back on so we can enjoy all of his experiences and his fun. See, we enjoyed that because you were doing it on Karen's channel, but poor Karen's feeling under the weather. We're just gonna have to have Enzo on. Better than yesterday. A temp is dropping, and by Wednesday we get normal temps for Poland. Oh, good for you. It's heating up here, so you guys are sending it this way. Never been so happy to go to the office as I was today. Air conditioning, right? I have to watch APR today. I had prior commitment and I missed it. Sage, you're gonna love it. It was really good. I really loved it. Hey, Chaos, how's it going? Welcome in. He just mooches off of his friends. We've told Enzo that before. He needs to have his, but Enzo's so busy. He probably doesn't have time to run a channel. It does take a lot to keep the channel going. But it's nice when you do have, like, that's why it's great when I can have people on who don't have time to dedicate. to their channel, and then I have them on for interviews, and then they can fill everybody in on what's going on. Let's see, Laura would be interested in doing a podcast. Would love to join you sometime. We'll have to set it up. We will set it up. I forget things. So what I do is either send me a message on Discord, and we'll see what we can hook up, or email me. My email is in my description, and then we'll see. Yeah, because I need people for July. And Laura, did you see the beating Mr. Gray gave me? Yes. Well, I got my butt kicked too. It was rigged. I was talking trash in the chat, which I don't normally do, but I was in the mood. And I think you were robbed. I think it was rigged. I'm sorry. Hey, Friday. There's one of the man right there. Friday. We were all just talking about how all of you guys should be on a panel with Mason on a live stream so that you guys can discuss everything that was going on. And then we can all egg everybody on and get, start trouble. Let's see. That beating looked painful. Yeah, I know. I think it was rigged. Somebody, the mob paid him off. That's what it was. You did a great job. Thanks. It'd be nice to win once in a while. I mean, you know how I feel. You feel the same way, but we'll take it. It's all good fun. Yeah, let's see. I really love to see it because the things and the nights. Said Mary just told her to see you tomorrow, same place, same time. I'm like, really? Sounds good. Yeah, just email me. Yeah, we'll see what we can put together. That would be allowed live. I'm telling you, but we need it. We need it. All you guys need to get in there. I was even catching myself, talking to the phone while I'm watching this thing. I was thinking, no, come on, no. And it's so that's something you guys should throw together. Would love to chat with Mason, me, Friday, and Mason. Let's see. I would gladly cover that. Let me get to work and I will make a video about. Let's see. Yeah, I agree 100%. I've been watching the discussion between all of them. At the end of the day, there's no right and wrong way to investigate. No, there isn't. To be honest, there isn't. Everybody has their own thing. Laura, we're together in defeat. Yeah, I know. Something just went south, man. And it's just totally wrong. You're the one that puts on the show, and you're not even winning. It's rigged. I'm telling you. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? I'm down for that, Laura. From the 1st to the 8th, I will have my friend Matt B with me. So he may be joining a few things. You've got to do it. You just got to do it. And then we were talking about, people saying things are boring on watching certain things. I would love it, Friday, if you did a show. I mean, you might not want to show this, but on how you're taking your knowledge of the electronics and putting it into practice. We would like to see you working on that stuff. I mean, I would, but I don't know about anybody else. Most people might find electronics boring. Like, when Joe or somebody is doing, or Jimmy or somebody doing editing or showing how they're putting something together. I love watching how to do that. A lot of us don't know what goes into it. And again, learning experience. What's Ryan up to today? Are you going to be like Julie and dance naked under the strawberry moon? See that we didn't get a skinny dipping show? Unless maybe you could get permission to do an English version. There's no wrong way to hunt, investigate. It's not the same action and intent. Yeah. And I think that's part of the big debate. It really is. I know there's basics that everybody follows, but what they do after the fact, how they go on what their instinct and how they feel is correct. It's hard. Fuck, my ex just showed up again. Close the door. Tell him to go away. Bye, Green Julie. A video of myself, its own comedy style, very Roman. What I end up doing with the electronics is debunking the common misconceptions about the electronics used. Yeah, oh, people are interested in that stuff. Your show, your choice, but just throwing it out there, So I'm not really a debunker, but I'm debunking stuff. Oh, we all do. We all debunk stuff. I mean, it goes with the territory, So that's why people say, well, they're not debunkers. Well, no, if you're investigating, you're a debunker because you got to do it while you're in the field. It goes hand in hand. Yeah, Friday, love seeing explanations of how kinetic machines are made, how to make a self-reliant thing that can crank and make light bulbs work even. I know. I don't. I watch. You ever go How It's Made? I think is the name of the show, where they show you how all stuff is made. Freaking amazing. Laura can do a sort of roundtable discussion, how everyone through pick things they dispute, agree, or etc. And I could do that, yeah. Oh God, Julie. No. Just don't open the door. Don't go away. Nobody's home. Go away. That's terrible. Oh my God. Now we're gonna worry. You don't have anything else better to do than to bother you? I want to make a tiny crank generator. Oh, see, so Friday she wants to make that. So you gotta do a show explaining how she could do it. I was just discussing actually the program with my good Lord, my husband. Last night we were talking about that stuff. And I said, I wish that my dad's 81, hard of hearing, slowing down. But my father has degrees in electronics and stuff like that, and I think if my father was back in his 30s, hey, good morning, Purple, how are you? And I explained to him what we were doing and what we were looking for, he would come up with something. Because if there's something that we need, my father just goes in the laboratory. And then a few days later, bam, he's made something that works that we need. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. So, I mean, if you don't have any interest in electronics, you got to remember that no matter what we do in life, electronics are involved. That kind of knowledge is involved. And if I asked him now, he would just, he just doesn't have it in him anymore to put those things together. The thing about making the how it's made type thing is you have to have example footage and then getting things that isn't free. I've had to do what I can get. Yeah, that's what it is. You're using what you've got on hand and your knowledge. That's just brilliant right there. It really is. I was hooked from the day that I took shop and we learned how to generate electricity with a potato. I mean, come on, man. That is just that is so cool. It will be interesting, but since we cannot define what constitutes a spirit, I'd argue that no electronics will help you. See, that's what it is. Everybody has their own beliefs on what a ghost or spirit is. I believe it's energy. That's my belief, that we are transformed into pure energy. But that's my belief. So if it's pure energy, there should be a way to detect it. There should be. It's not just electronics, it's engineering, electronics, and chemistry are all based on doing the science. Paranormal proof will be no different. Yeah. So there's so much that goes into it. That's why I love it. Like I said, when I had APRF on last night, I think they're going in the right direction. environment and all, because I go, oh, it's just measuring environmental changes, but that's part of it. Excuse me, when you've got something going on in the so-called paranormal realm, environment is a big part of it. That's why you have to catalog. Excuse me, all of that. Excuse me, dry throat. Indeed, that's a belief, but energy needs something to contain it. If not, it will dissipate. And that's what we believe that happens. But is that true, Alessio? Does that kind of energy of the human spirit, does it dissipate? Or is it able to have free will? There's another question. Because then okay, if that's the case, then why would it be here? Why would we have paranormal experiences if they don't have the option of free will? See, again, another unknown. I was thinking about the potato thing. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, radio with crystals or something. Yeah. And when I first wired my first lamp, I was like, yeah, you think I won $1 million? I had a ball. I love chopped glass. I'm one of the weird chicks. Wiring lumber. Oh. Give me a load of lumber and I'll sit there and smell it. It's great. I know I'm a weirdo. Defecting a tangible will not be possible. Would it be detectable? Changes in environment. Common use toys will not show. You can't look at it, but around it. When it is for energy or some sort like plasma stuff that evaporates. Now, like with the argument with Dawson about ball lightning, I've seen it myself. Oh no, it's no proven it doesn't exist. No, I've seen it myself. It's very quick, freaky, because you're like, what the frig was that? But yeah, that energy for some sort like places. Okay. You're not wrong. Albert Einstein agrees with you. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or transformed from one form to another. Yeah, so like I said, there's just so much. So many rabbit holes we can go down. An astronomer was studying how they were. There were planets at the base of how things around them. It isn't like ghost hunting. You're measuring how things are reacting in a negative space. A ghost is a manifestation of the spirit in the physical layer of reality. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The second law of thermodynamics that you are asking questions that require an observation, assuming that we are energy but nothing, such as whatever is. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We just don't know. That's the whole part of what we're doing. And yeah, we can walk around looking like a bunch of idiots, which we do. But I don't care. Those are the mysteries that we're trying to define the answers to. I saw a ball of lightning go from the cloud from another once. It was either ball lightning or a UFO. Yeah, see? Yeah, it didn't last very long. It was, it must have been a couple of seconds at least. It was really strange. Because I was like, what the hell was that thing? Because I didn't know anything about ball lighting. So I had to look it up. It was, yeah. But to argue that with Dawson, I mean, he'll argue until he drops. You got to love it. You got to love his passion. It's a solid point you made here. As of yet, I agree. Yeah, we just don't know. We just don't know. That's why it's so important to keep going out there, keep testing, keep questioning. Don't be afraid to doubt. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. Speak for yourself. I'm my own special kind of idiot walking around. Good morning, Leanne. Well, didn't you tell me that I said I was nuts last night? I got squirrels, man. I got squirrels. Hello, sweet Betty. I see ball lightning, and how do you explain dust devils? Uh, they're like little tiny tornadoes that come out everywhere. Yeah, that's cool too to see that. I'm telling you, the planet in the universe is amazing. It's just a wasteland of mystery. And if it wasn't for people that found interest in something and just kept trying to figure it out, we wouldn't know half of what we know. But it always takes, that first step, that one person to say, all right, I got to find out what the hell's going on. And it could take lifetimes to figure it out. I mean, I still believe that space travel is possible for long distances. We just got to figure it out. I personally doubt, but I fully support what you're doing. Collect data, test your hypothesis, and then show. Oop, it jumped on me. Show your conclusions. Yeah. What's Leanne up to this morning? Everybody says that, well, because it's the strawberry moon tonight. So Julie's going to be dancing naked in a field. I was thinking about me streaking across your lawn. If I could fit it in between everything else. Strawberry streaking. Keep a watch on the community. You will see what I mean sooner or later. Oh, I'm glad you're good, Betty. I hope you're staying comfortable. It's going to be a miserable 90 plus degrees here today. So I'm just going to probably sit on a block of ice and suck water all day. Ooh, there you go. Don't disappoint them. Alessio has high expectations. We all learn in school about the different phases of matter: solid, liquid, gas. They've since added the fourth state, plasma, which is a combo of the other three. Ball lightning would be a plasma. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. It really was. Have you ever experienced a ball lightning, Enzo? It's safe here, no squirrels. I'm going to bring some, Leanne. Which kind would you like? We have different kinds here. Like I said, we have gray, black, red, or sometimes albino. So you got 4 choices of squirrel to pick through. We have to populate the squirrel species on Leanne's ranch. I would like to see if someone uses the combination measuring temperature, air pressure, and static electricity. And then other person measures sound and different things and then compare them all after. Well, that's what I would like them to do too. A lot of groups don't do that. I think Lisa and Wes are on the right road. These are things the environment, I think, is very important in what we're doing. You can't discount it. It has to be included. Because then you're going to get rid of, okay, well, such and such happened. And you could tick it off and say, well, this was going on at that time. So that accounts for that. And then once you've ticked all the boxes, then you can say, okay, then I have no idea. So what is that? There's the question. What caused it? What is it? I've never seen ball lightning myself. But it states it should be very rare. Yeah, it was just a freak thing. I saw it once, long, long time ago. And it was quick. It was like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And it was out of here. I do raw. My dream is to have people shutting my skeptic mouth once and for all. Now, you keep going as you go. Because this will mean that there's something after we pass. Yeah, and then right now it's belief. I believe that we do transform into a higher state of consciousness, and that we're able to travel where we want and do what we want. I believe that everybody's heaven is different, because you've heard different stories all about it, where people have, passed and come back. And it could be just, something that was made up in their own brain. I don't know. It's just, there's just so many ways to take it and go with it. It's just something else. I can make the plasma in my microwave. So that's a thing. I can make sparks in my microwave. Done that. Whoops. I've seen sheet lightning, but not ball lightning. Lightning is incredible. It really is. Barometric pressure depends on the altitude, temperature, humidity, and the change in the air, and they change the way sound travels. Yes, this data would be peer reviewed by a meteorologist. Yes, I'm thinking, and that's what it is. People that are doing these investigations need to start digging into this stuff. And they, because it takes time. It takes time, dedication, research, and a lot of them don't want to be bothered. It's a shame too. It really is. Because the more that we can get on board with doing these kinds of things, I think it would be, the more we would discover. And with that, you will shut also Kenny's mouth. I just hate her. I know. I don't know. I don't even think, if a ghost come up and smacked him right on the lips, I don't think Kenny would believe it. I don't know. I think he's jaded. Plasma states are generally held together by magnetism, mostly seen on the surface of the sun. Lightning can temporarily create a similar environment for it to form. Wow, we got a good show going on here, right? Maybe I could talk about my NDA on my next live stream if people are. Yes, Pinky, if you're willing to share that, because it's a personal thing. Like I said, so if people don't want to do it on a live, you can always write it down. I would put it in the magazine so people could read about it, because not everybody's had that experience, and it's different for everybody. So each individual story would be wonderful to hear. Skeptical thinking should always be based on logic. Oh, sorry, I said it backwards. Logic based, there it is, and that is helpful. Cynical thinking is a belief based; it's just useless and staunch blind believer. Yeah, I have no doubt that there is more to this life or physical world than we know about. Oh, yeah, I agree with you, Leanne. I'm sorry. I don't believe that this is it. I just don't. Quit looking over. Ever wondered if maybe space garbage metal has created some kind of static problem, and if the universe is filled with electricity and plasma and dark matter? There's probably so much metal or weird stuff falling from the sky, burning up. It looks scary, and then someone sends it up a drone to check it out. That could be the UFOs. It's a way of thinking about it. That's the way of thinking about it. Pinky, a number of people here have had NDEs. Yeah, and like I said, it's a personal. It's a personal thing, very personal. And some are very willing to share it, and others don't. I would love to hear about all of them, if anybody's willing to share. Hey, Goth Gal, good morning. Good morning. Hey, everyone. Leg pain today, so I'm going to be lurky turkey. That's okay. Yeah, I'm starting to heat up. The pain is starting to intensify with me as well, because I've been sitting for such a long time. It could be something weird and very donut shaped, very surgical, that we are all connected. And we forget that connection keeps bouncing on me while I'm reading, because we do things that are separate. NDE and OBE, initial projection, are study interest of mine. Ooh. Yeah, see, you got to share. Share. So there you go. Pinky's next show. Gotta love it. Everything about the universe kind of looking like a nervous system or lightly like the veins in your eyes. That's a good way to think about it, girly. Yeah. Take her, let me turn you. She's feeling, yeah, she's feeling the pressure of the weather as well. Yes, take it easy, relax. Laura, we need part two. Apparently, we do need part two of this discussion. I'm gonna have to bring a few of you on there. Get people in here, and we can discuss this. So many brilliant people in this chat, and you guys need to. I'm gonna have to see what everybody's up to, and we'll do it. I'll see what I got open and do this again, part two. I'm gonna have to go to sleep now. There was, oh yes, I know it's past the 2 hour. Wow, we're way over the 2 hour mark. It gets sucked in. You guys sucked me in. So I want thanks. Great talk, everybody. I'm going to contact you guys Friday, Enzo, and see what we can come up with. Even Alessio, if he's willing to join in, we'll continue this conversation. It is fantastic. But I'm going to let everybody take off, enjoy their Monday. I've got to go find something to make for lunch. Well, kind of. And but I'm glad. Thanks for joining me, guys. I had a great time. I hope you all did. Thanks to the mods. Thanks for sharing the links out, everybody. That's why I joined, because I know you ran away. Yeah. See, no. That's all right. I don't mind it. My knees aren't too heavy right at the moment, but they'll get over it. I have a few clips for you in the Discord. Okay, Sage, I will check them out. Thank you so much for putting them there. I will be live Tuesday, but if you add Dawson, make sure it's on a Thursday. Okay. We'll have to see. I'll have to touch base with all you guys and see what we've got open and what's good for everybody's schedule. But I hope everybody has a great day. Try to stay cool if you guys are in the heat wave like we are. Ours is just beginning. So yeah, let the fun begin. Put your panties in the freezer. Keep your coolie warm or cool. That didn't come out like I wanted it to. Okay, guys, you have a great day. Thanks for joining me. And please hit the like, subscribe, share, whatever, just so it keeps the ball rolling here. All of your support is greatly appreciated. Until next time, guys, have a great day.